Welcome, beautiful damsels. Silence is not an absence but a presence, an act of strength in a world that demands constant noise. In a society obsessed with being seen and heard, there exists a rare breed of women who thrive in the shadows, choosing silence over superficiality and solitude over shallow connections. These are the Sigma females, enigmatic, independent, and unapologetically true to themselves. But their silence isn't always understood, and their deliberate choice to ignore certain people raises eyebrows, sparks curiosity, and sometimes fear. What drives a Sigma female to retreat into her own world, shutting out the noise of those around her? Is it indifference or something much deeper? In this video, we're peeling back the layers to reveal the harsh truths behind why Sigma females ignore people, truths that are as unsettling as they are empowering. Buckle up, because what you're about to discover isn't just another feel-good narrative. It's a raw, unfiltered look into the mindset of women who refuse to conform to the expectations of others. Stay tuned. Number 1. They give rude and entitled people no attention. They don't entertain arrogance. Sigma females have zero tolerance for arrogance or entitlement, and they don't waste their time on people who exude these traits. They can spot a self-important attitude from a mile away, and rather than engage or challenge it, they choose to simply ignore it. To them, giving attention to someone who thinks they're above others only feeds that person's inflated ego, and that's the last thing a Sigma female wants to do. Arrogance is not just a turn-off, it's a red flag that signals a lack of depth and self-awareness. Sigma females value humility and authenticity, and they know that someone who is constantly seeking to assert their superiority has neither. When faced with someone who carries a sense of entitlement, a Sigma female's response is to disengage. She knows that trying to break through that thick wall of ego is a losing battle, one that will drain her energy and give her nothing in return. For a Sigma female, ignoring arrogance is a way to preserve her own integrity. She refuses to play into the power dynamics that arrogant people often try to create. Instead, she stays focused on what really matters: her goals, her growth, and the relationships that are built on mutual respect. By choosing to ignore the rude and entitled, she's sending a clear message. She values her peace and won't let anyone disrupt it with their inflated sense of self-worth. This approach might seem cold to some, but for a Sigma female, it's about maintaining control over her own life. She won't be drawn into someone else's game of one-upmanship or let herself be dragged down by their negativity. Ignoring arrogance isn't just a reaction. It's a conscious choice that allows her to stay true to who she is and what she believes in. And in a world full of noise and pretense, that choice is a powerful statement of self-respect and strength. Number 2, most people cannot handle the truth. The truth hurts, and most people can't take it. Sigma females often find themselves pulling back from people because most can't handle the truth they live by. They're not interested in sugarcoating things or telling people what they want to hear. Instead, they value honesty, sometimes brutally so. They believe in being straightforward, even when the truth is uncomfortable or hard to swallow. But this level of honesty can be too intense for many, leading to misunderstandings and even resentment. When Sigma females speak their mind, they do it with clarity and conviction. They don't dance around the truth or soften their words to make others feel better. To them, truth is non-negotiable. However, this kind of raw honesty often disrupts the carefully constructed facades that people build around themselves. It challenges the lies they tell themselves and the illusions they cling to, and not everyone is ready to face that. As a result, Sigma females often find that people either back away or react defensively. Rather than deal with the fallout of their honesty, they sometimes choose to stay silent or step back, letting people live in their comfort zones. It's not that they don't care, it's that they know their truth isn't for everyone, and they're not interested in diluting it just to keep the peace. For Sigma females, living authentically means staying true to what they believe, even if it means losing some connections along the way. They're not afraid of solitude or of being misunderstood. What matters to them is that they live in alignment with their values, and if others can't handle that, they'd rather walk alone. This uncompromising approach might make them seem distant or aloof, but in reality it's a reflection of their deep commitment to truth and integrity. They won't settle for anything less, and they won't pretend just to make others comfortable. Number 3, people are shallow, superficial, and ego-driven. Superficiality doesn't impress them. Sigma females often see people as shallow, superficial, and driven by ego, and this perception influences how they interact with others. To them, many social interactions are clouded by pretense and self-interest, where people are more concerned with maintaining their image or advancing their personal agendas than engaging in genuine connections. This realization leads them to approach relationships with a certain level of skepticism and distance. When Sigma females observe the ego-driven behavior around them, they quickly identify the lack of depth and authenticity. They see through the masks people wear to project an image of success or importance, and recognize that many conversations are more about posturing than real substance. This awareness doesn't just make them wary, it reinforces their preference for solitude or interactions with people who are equally sincere. For Sigma females, the superficial nature of most social interactions is off-putting. They value meaningful conversations and relationships that go beyond surface-level pleasantries. When faced with individuals who are more concerned with their own status or appearances than with genuine connection, Sigma females are inclined to disengage. They know that investing time and energy in such interactions rarely leads to anything fulfilling. Their ability to see through the superficial allows them to navigate social settings with a critical eye. They're not easily impressed by external displays of success or popularity, and they prefer to build relationships based on real substantive qualities. This doesn't mean they dismiss people outright. It means they're selective about where they invest their time and emotional energy. They seek out those who demonstrate genuine depth and authenticity, knowing that true connections are rare and precious. Ultimately, Sigma females' view of others as shallow or ego-driven shapes their approach to relationships. They avoid getting caught up in the superficial aspects of social interactions and instead focus on finding connections that are real and meaningful. This discernment helps them maintain their peace and ensure that their relationships are aligned with their values and expectations. Number 4, they can't stand dramatic people. Drama is not in their vocabulary. Sigma females can't stand dramatic people, and that's putting it lightly. They have no patience for unnecessary theatrics, emotional outbursts, or the kind of petty drama that many seem to thrive on. For them, drama is a drain on energy and a distraction from what's truly important. They prefer to live their lives with a sense of calm and control, avoiding the chaos that comes with people who are always stirring the pot. When confronted with drama, Sigma females don't engage. They disengage. They understand that getting involved in someone else's emotional turmoil rarely leads to anything productive. Instead, it pulls them into a cycle of negativity that they have no interest in being a part of. Rather than getting swept up in the whirlwind of emotions and conflict, they step back, observe from a distance, and keep their cool. This doesn't mean they're cold or uncaring. In fact, Sigma females often feel things deeply, but they choose not to let their emotions control them or dictate their actions. They know that reacting to drama only feeds it, giving it more power and making it harder to escape. So they remove themselves from the equation, refusing to be a part of the spectacle. This approach allows them to maintain their peace and focus on what really matters in their lives. To a Sigma female, drama is nothing more than a waste of time that could be better spent on personal growth, meaningful relationships, or pursuing their goals. They don't see the point in getting involved in conflicts that won't matter in the long run, or in entertaining people who thrive on creating tension. Their refusal to engage with drama is a testament to their strength and maturity. They know that life is complicated enough without adding unnecessary stress, so they choose to keep things simple and drama-free. Damsels, if you're enjoying the video, be sure to hit that subscribe button to stay updated with all our latest content. Your support helps us keep bringing you fascinating insights. Now let's continue, shall we? Number 5, they don't do transactional relationships. Sigma females have little tolerance for transactional relationships. They can easily spot when someone's only interested in them for what they can get, whether it's favors, connections, or some form of validation. For Sigma females, relationships are meant to be genuine, built on mutual respect and understanding, not a calculated exchange of benefits. When they sense that someone's motives are purely self-serving, they quickly pull away. These women value authenticity above all else, and they have no interest in playing along with superficial exchanges where every interaction feels like a business deal. They're not interested in keeping score or maintaining connections that lack real substance. If someone approaches them with an agenda, they'll see right through it, and instead of engaging, they'll distance themselves without hesitation. Sigma females believe that relationships should enhance your life, not drain it. They're looking for deep, meaningful connections where both parties genuinely care for each other, not just what they can gain from the interaction. When faced with someone who treats relationships like a transaction, a Sigma female's instinct is to protect her time and energy by walking away. She knows that her worth isn't tied to what she can do for others, and she refuses to be reduced to a mere resource in someone else's game. This isn't about being unkind or dismissive. It's about maintaining self-respect and ensuring that her relationships are rooted in sincerity. Sigma females would rather be alone than entangled in connections that don't feed their soul or align with their values. They understand that true connections are rare, and they're willing to wait for those who offer more than just a transactional exchange. By ignoring those who approach them with ulterior motives, they're making it clear that they're not interested in shallow interactions. They're in search of something real, something that truly matters. Number 6. Ignoring is their best weapon. Sometimes, for Sigma females, ignoring people is the only option. It's not about being rude or dismissive. It's about protecting their energy and peace of mind. When faced with situations or individuals that drain them emotionally, mentally, or even physically, they recognize that engaging would only pull them into a negative spiral, so they make the conscious choice to step back and let go. For Sigma females, their time and mental space are precious commodities. They're not interested in wasting either on pointless arguments, toxic dynamics, or people who don't add value to their lives. Instead of getting caught up in drama, petty conflicts, or trying to change someone's mind, they choose to simply move on. This might come across as cold, but it's actually a powerful form of self-care. They understand that not every battle is worth fighting, and not every person is worth their attention. Ignoring isn't just a defensive move. It's also a way for Sigma females to stay focused on what really matters. By tuning out the noise, they can concentrate on their goals, passions, and the relationships that truly matter. They know that their energy is better spent on growth and self-improvement than on trying to fix people or situations that are beyond their control. This ability to walk away from unnecessary conflict and negativity is one of their greatest strengths. Ultimately, ignoring isn't about avoiding issues, it's about prioritizing their own well-being. Sigma females aren't interested in wasting time on people who don't respect their boundaries or contribute positively to their lives. They know that in some cases, the best response is no response at all. By choosing when and where to engage, they maintain control over their lives and protect their peace, ensuring that they stay true to themselves in a world that constantly demands their attention. Number 7. They become lost in thought, lost in their own world. Sigma females often become lost in thought, and when they do, the outside world fades into the background. It's not that they're ignoring people on purpose, but their minds are constantly processing, analyzing, and exploring new ideas. Their inner world is rich and complex, filled with deep reflections and insights that most people wouldn't even begin to understand. This introspection is where they draw their strength and clarity from, but it can also make them seem distant or preoccupied. When a Sigma female is deep in thought, she's likely wrestling with big questions or planning her next move. Her mind is always active, connecting dots, finding patterns, and thinking several steps ahead. This level of mental engagement means that small talk or casual interactions can feel intrusive or even irrelevant. She's not trying to be rude. She's just more invested in the world inside her head than in whatever's happening around her at the moment. For Sigma females, this introspection is essential to their personal growth and understanding of the world. It's where they refine their ideas, solve problems, and make sense of their experiences. However, this intense focus can sometimes make them seem aloof or unapproachable. The truth is they're simply absorbed in their thoughts, and pulling them out of that state can feel jarring or unwelcome. This tendency to become lost in thought is part of what makes Sigma females so unique. They're not just daydreamers, they're deep thinkers who need that mental space to thrive. While it might come off as ignoring others, it's really about prioritizing their mental clarity and creative processes. They value their thoughts and ideas, and they're not willing to sacrifice them for the sake of superficial engagement. To them, being lost in thought isn't losing touch. It's where they find their most profound insights and their truest selves. Number 8. They need their space away from people. Space is their sanctuary. Sigma females need their space, and it's not just a preference, it's a necessity. They thrive in solitude, where they can think, reflect, and recharge away from the demands and expectations of others. It's in these quiet moments that they find clarity and strength, free from the noise and distractions of the outside world. This need for space is often misunderstood as being distant or uninterested. But in reality, it's how Sigma females maintain their balance and sense of self. When they retreat, it's not because they're avoiding people or situations. It's because they need that time to reconnect with themselves. The constant interaction that others might find energizing can feel overwhelming to them. They value their independence and know that to be their best selves, they need to protect their personal space fiercely. This isn't about being antisocial. It's about self-preservation. By stepping back, they ensure they can engage with the world on their own terms, without feeling drained or compromised. For Sigma females, space is where they gather their thoughts, plan their next moves, and process their emotions. It's in these moments of solitude that they come up with their best ideas and solutions. They don't feel the need to fill every silence with chatter or every moment with activity. Instead, they embrace the quiet as a time to grow and evolve. This need for space is a powerful aspect of who they are, and they're unapologetic about it. They know that without it, they can't function at their full potential. By prioritizing their need for space, Sigma females are able to maintain their inner peace and avoid the burnout that comes from constant social interaction. They're not afraid to say no to invitations or step back from relationships that demand too much of their time and energy. This might seem like withdrawal to some, but for Sigma females, it's a crucial part of staying true to themselves. It's their way of ensuring that they're always in control of their lives, making decisions based on what's best for them, not on what others expect or demand. Ladies, if you've enjoyed this deep dive into the world of Sigma females, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insightful content. Hit the bell icon to stay updated on our latest videos, and join the conversation by sharing your thoughts below. Thank you for watching, and remember, true connection is rare and precious, so cherish the authentic relationships in your life.